What's up, everybody? It's Sean. Ha! Nah, I'm just fucking around. It's gonna be a good morning today, but regardless, start over. This is Sean with Swanks and Sons Chrome and Diesel Shop. Pretty much, we're gonna do some old diesel repair. Now, I feel like I'm wearing you guys out with my Kingpin job on this truck right behind me. Bam, that one right there. Now, promise, you ain't gonna get too many more videos of doing this job. I have to keep putting it on hold so I can knock out all my other customers that's here. But I promise it will get done today. That's my goal. As long as I don't say it too loud. Shh. Otherwise, my whole day will get screwed up real quick. Either way, I told you I was gonna go ahead and make a video of how I did the Kingpin presses in there, just to make sure everything fit before I put it back on the truck. Now, to drive the old bushings out, you don't really need to get too crazy, all right? You get your flat punch. You know what? I done wiped it up and put it away. Either way, if I got to describe what a flat punch is, turn the video, do something else, sit behind a cushy desk somewhere, because I don't know what to tell you. Either way, you get your flat punch, you drive out the old spiral bushings, and I done threw those away too. Sorry for looking around here. All right, so what we got here, I already got the new bushings pressed in there for the Kingpins. If I could tilt it, just enough to where you can see it here, this copper bushing right here, they get a pin light. Everything that's all greased up right inside there. But the copper bushing, bam, it's already in there. Now, I will go over briefly how to put that in there, because I tried it already, did a test drive with my phone set up where it is here on my drill press. Every time I would drive it in, phone would move, the video looked like trash. This is the best I got for you right now until I get better at this whole game. But you don't need a whole lot. I'm gonna walk away. What you need, get you a mini sledge. Again, I know a lot of people are gonna rip this video apart. That's fine. Everybody's gonna rip apart everybody's skills. What my basic goal is, I'm trying to help the do-it-yourselfers, and if you're a driver and like I said, you wanna try to knock this stuff out at your home, instead of taking it to the dealer and spending like $3,000 to $5,000 to do a set of Kingpins. So, what you can do to get by with easy stuff. I'm not gonna show you my press, I'm not gonna do none of that. Again, like I said, this is, hey, something you can do with your own basic tools. You just gotta be careful though, otherwise you'll damage your bushings. You gotta get a whole new Kingpin kit. But, back to it. You get your mini sledge because you won't be able to drive it in. The bushings are not gonna be able to slide right in here. You're gonna have to apply a little pressure. Now I know what you're thinking. You can use a big vice grip if you want to. You gotta lock this guy down to the table, get your big vice grip, and you can just cork it on down there. Or you can also use if you got one that's got a nut on the end of it, with the same vice grip setup, like a C-channel, kind of like for like a tie rod bushing kit, you know? It looks like a big C-channel, got a big thread, and you can just hammer down with your gun, and it will just press it down. You have to keep a flat piece of metal on it. So here we go. This ain't nothing special. This is just, as you see here, a flat piece of metal stock. I got a bunch of different metal cut out for certain things. You see it here. You put your bushing inside there. You would see this guy obviously on top of it. If you do it there, guys, that ain't gonna need no damn good, because you ain't gonna press it in from the underside, because hey, if you do that, you're a gangster. And just don't even listen to what I'm saying. You start with your bushing up top here. You set this joker on top right here. Now, you gotta keep everything square, because this guy's gonna wanna tilt. If you gotta block it up with wood, or if it's heavy enough to stay put, you're good. Now, if the bushing were outside of here and I already drove in, leave this flat piece right here and slowly tap it down. Whoop, up, oh. And you drive it all the way down until it gets on top of the spindle. You are gonna have some protrusion from that bushing, because it's not gonna go all the way down. You gotta seat it inside that little rim. Now, again, this is all for if you wanna do it yourself, you got stuff at home, you don't have to get too fancy with it. What I have cut is a 1/4 inch piece of metal. That's all it is right there. Notched out the centers, and I made it just wide enough to where it will seat. Let me wipe this stuff off real quick. Some of this old debris on here. It will seat. Let me see if y'all can get a good shot of this. boom, right here. Look, it will seat right there perfectly on the inside of the bushings. And all you gotta do is hit down on that guy, or you can even put you like a thick socket or some other piece of metal so you can hold that and just hit down so this guy don't bounce around. Matter of fact, I recommend doing that. Even like here, this is just an old pin that I got. You could take this guy, see what I'm talking about. Make sure this guy is centered on that bushing. Put your pin right there, smack it hard with a hammer. If you hit it, if you lightly tap it, it's gonna bounce around and it damage your bushing. Then you might have to do some rework. But don't fret. Did I say that right? Don't fret. Either way, how about this? Let me use dumb terminology. Don't worry. If you see you have damaged the outer ring of this and it won't drive in there, you damage it up, you can do a couple of things real quick just to get you out of a pinch. You don't have to freak out and be like, shit, I gotta buy a whole new bushing kit. You can get you a drill, get you a little diamond bit grinder, and just run it on the inside of the rim until you get all those burrs cleaned up. I have even tried a bunch of different scenarios to do these kingpin drivings if you gotta like driving bushings in with something. I've used sockets that fit around it. Again, this is all trial and error because I like to see what works and what don't work in case my press takes a shit on me. I can still be like, oh, hey, I got something and I don't need machines to help me do work. See these guys right here and this guy right here? That's your best tool, guys. If you ain't got this guy right here, hey, I don't know what to tell you. Don't be a wrench turner. Don't be a mechanic. Sit behind a desk. Throw feces at monkeys. I don't care what you do. But, again, I have used the socket. Now what the socket will do, it does work. Don't get me wrong. It's better to have something that's flat cut edge so that way it don't wallow out what I'm about to tell you here. I've used the socket, drove it down, and what it did, it started to spread the bushing part, taper it outward. It's bad. No. Again, the fix, take your flat punch, drive it back out, get you a bandsaw, or, you know what, pretty much, yeah, that's gonna help you. That's gonna be the cleanest cut. Take a bandsaw, or you can take a little die grinder, you know, something that's gonna cut this jack straight. You cut off like the 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch, whatever is mushroomed out, cut that end off, flip it upside down, try again with something else. But make sure you don't do the same mistake twice. If you do, then you're screwed. You can get away by cutting off about an 1/8 inch off of this bushing because all you gotta get, the kingpin wants to be centered right there regardless. So if something's in there, it'll work. All right, I'm gonna get a rag, don't go nowhere. All right, cool. Shit's greasy, I got grease everywhere. All right, that explains how you're gonna drive the bushings in. You do it on both sides, by the way, because that's why they give you 2 kingpins and 4 bushings. What's that? 2 + 2 is 4 bushings. Stay with me, everybody. So, I got this guy all the way assembled. I have my other one assembled on the passenger side, or the right side of the truck.